What does the Eight of Cups mean in a love reading? A lot of people assume it's a bad sign, but that's not always the case. This card usually shows someone walking away from a row of cups under the moonlight. It's about leaving something behind, even if it once meant a lot, because it no longer feels right. In love, it can point to a turning point. Whether you're in a relationship that feels off, dealing with a breakup, or just not feeling fulfilled, the Eight of Cups is a sign to trust your gut. Even if it's tough, walking away might lead you to something more real and meaningful. The Eight of Cups doesn't always mean a relationship is ending. Sometimes it's asking you to pause and look inward. Are you still emotionally invested in this connection? Or are you afraid to look for something more fulfilling because of past abandonment or fear of being alone? This card raises those deeper questions. It can also mean someone's taking a step back to clear their head. That doesn't always point to a breakup. You might need space to breathe, process your emotions, or figure out what you really want. Time apart can lead to a stronger return, especially if it gives both people the chance to reset. This card is often more about personal growth than loss. It can mean walking away from fear, confusion, or patterns that don't serve you. Even if you're still in the relationship, you may be shifting your mindset and choosing emotional clarity over staying stuck in something that feels off. And sometimes the Eight of Cups points to a deeper kind of commitment. If both people are willing to face the tough stuff and grow individually, the relationship can actually come out stronger. Distance isn't always a bad thing. It can bring a fresh perspective and a deeper sense of connection if both of you are open to change. The upright Eight of Cups is about emotional honesty in love. Things might look fine on the outside, but underneath, something feels off. This card shows up when someone wants more emotional connection and depth. It signals a time for real self-reflection and a need to step back and look at what's truly fulfilling. One key theme here is emotional disconnection. Over time, the emotional bond may have faded. There might not be arguments or drama, just a quiet feeling that something important is missing. One or both people may feel emotionally unsatisfied, even though everything seems stable on the surface. This card also speaks to the need for self-discovery. It often means someone needs space to figure out who they are outside the relationship. They may still care deeply, but they know they cannot give their full energy to someone else until they reconnect with themselves. It is not about rejection. It is about being honest with what they need. Letting go can also be part of this message. The Eight of Cups can show that it is time to move on, not out of coldness, but to find peace. There may still be love or passion, but staying in something that no longer supports emotional well-being can do more harm than good. Walking away can be the most caring choice when things feel emotionally stuck. For couples, this card often points to one partner feeling emotionally distant. Day-to-day life might seem normal, even smooth, but underneath there is a growing need for deeper emotional connection. Without honest conversations or a shift in energy, the sense of disconnection can grow wider. The Suit of Cups is all about emotion, and this card reminds us that emotional needs must be addressed to keep love alive. Your partner may be feeling detached and emotionally empty, which you may have felt by their almost indifferent and at times cold attitude. They may be craving a connection which fulfills their emotional needs, rather than feeling unsatisfied or even neglected. Even though they have no wish to hurt you, it's clear there is a void in the relationship. A lot of people assume the Eight of Cups means someone is walking away for good, but that's not always the case. More often, it's about someone taking a step back to reflect and figure things out. Trusted psychics describe it as creating emotional space, not saying a final goodbye. It's more about getting clarity than cutting ties. Some think this card means giving up, but it's actually the opposite. Life is full of emotional twists and turns, and changing direction, even when it feels uncertain, takes real strength. The Eight of Cups asks you to face the truth, especially when something no longer supports your emotional well-being. Letting go isn't quitting, it's choosing what's right for you. This card doesn't just affect the one who walks away, it touches everyone involved. The person staying behind often goes through just as much emotional shift. The Eight of Cups is about mutual honesty. No matter who is stepping back, it's a sign that both people are part of the change and both need to reflect on what's really true for them. The Eight of Cups doesn't imply cheating. It's more about someone slowly pulling away emotionally or creating distance in the relationship. If you're starting to feel disconnected, this card is a gentle reminder to have an open conversation instead of jumping to conclusions. Emotional withdrawal can feel a lot like someone is hiding something, but that doesn't always mean there's betrayal involved. Sometimes a person just needs space or doesn't know how to express what they're feeling. It can be more about confusion or overwhelm than anything sneaky. If this card shows up and your gut tells you something deeper is going on, trust that instinct. But instead of making assumptions, take it as a sign to talk openly or even get a reading for clarity. The point is to understand the emotional energy, not to accuse, but to connect and gain insight. The reversed Eight of Cups often points to someone thinking about coming back. It can show a strong pull toward the past, especially if there are unresolved feelings. But just because someone is thinking of returning doesn't always mean it's the right move. Without real change, going back to an old relationship usually leads to the same emotional cycle. When the Eight of Cups shows up with the Six of Cups, that nostalgic feeling gets even stronger. This pairing speaks to memories, emotional attachments, and a longing for how things used to be. It often means the person is missing the connection and may be thinking about reaching out. A return is definitely possible with these two cards, but so is repeating the past. Trusted psychics say the key question is, what's different now? If both people have done the work and healed, a reunion could lead to something better. If not, there's a real risk of ending up in the same painful place. First, take a moment to pause and reflect. This is a time to be completely honest with yourself. Are you emotionally drained? Do you feel like something is missing in your relationship? The Eight of Cups asks you to stop making excuses and really tune into how you feel. Your instincts are trying to tell you something. Next, start an honest conversation. This card often shows up when it's time to talk openly with your partner. You might be surprised to find they have been feeling the same way but were too afraid to bring it up. A calm, heartfelt conversation can shift everything and help you both move forward. Most importantly, focus on what feels true for you. Whether you choose to stay, take a break, or move on, let it come from a place of inner truth. The Eight of Cups is about walking toward what feels real and emotionally right, even if the path is difficult. Trust yourself and make the choice that brings you peace. The Eight of Cups reminds us that emotional truth matters. Whether it means taking space, having an honest conversation, or choosing to move on, the message is clear. Trust your feelings and follow what brings you peace. Sometimes walking away is really walking towards something better. That brings us to the end of today's video, but thanks for joining us, and may your journey be filled with clarity and inspiration, love and light.